Before you pet your dog, listen to this. Did you know that the animal in your house has evolved a specific muscle in its face just to manipulate your emotions? Or that they can literally smell the passage of time? In the next 10 minutes, we are going to prove that your dog is not just a pet. It is a biological hacker that hijacked the human brain to survive. From oxytocin loops to detecting cancer before doctors can, get ready to see your best friend in a way you never imagined. This is the true story of how wolves conquered the world by becoming cute. Now, look at the creature sleeping on your living room rug right now. Maybe it is chasing a rabbit in its dreams, twitching its paws. It looks innocent. It looks silly. It looks like your best friend. But what if I told you that you are looking at the most successful biological spy in the history of planet Earth? We think we tamed them. We think we chose them to guard our fires and hunt our food. But modern science suggests something entirely different. We didn't choose them. They chose us. And to survive, they had to change their entire genetic makeup to hack the one thing humans cannot resist: our emotions. Welcome to a journey into the mind of your dog. By the end of this video, you'll never look at those puppy eyes the same way again. Because those eyes, they are a calculated evolutionary weapon. Let's go back 30,000 years. The world is cold. Humans are huddled around a fire, fearful of the dark. Out in the shadows, there are wolves, competitors, killers. For thousands of years, humans and wolves were enemies. But then a mutation happened. A few wolves were less afraid, less aggressive. They dared to come closer to the fire to eat the scraps humans threw away. This was not friendship. This was survival of the friendliest. Now, here is where the genetic hacking begins. Fast forward to today. Look at a wolf's face. Then look at your dog's face. Do you notice the difference? It is not just about the ears or the snout. It is about the eyebrows. Scientists have discovered that dogs possess a tiny, specific muscle called the levator anguli oculi medialis. I will repeat that. Levator anguli oculi medialis. Wolves do not have this muscle. Their ancestors did not have it. Dogs evolved this specific muscle for one single purpose: to raise their inner eyebrows. Why? Why would an animal evolve a muscle just to move its eyebrows? Because when they do that, their eyes look bigger. They look infant-like. They look sad. And when a human sees that expression, our brain instantly interprets it as a signal of distress or cuteness. It triggers our caregiving instinct. It is the exact same biological trigger that happens when we look at a human baby. They literally evolved a facial feature to hack our parental instincts. When your dog gives you that look after tearing up the sofa and you find yourself unable to stay angry, that is not a weakness in you. That is a biological mechanism working exactly as designed. But the hack goes deeper than just muscles. It is chemical. When you look into the eyes of another human you love, your brain releases oxytocin, the love hormone. It creates bonding and trust. Usually, this loop only exists between parents and children or romantic partners. It does not happen between two different species. Until now. Studies show that when a dog and its owner stare into each other's eyes, oxytocin levels in both the human and the dog skyrocket. A 300% increase in oxytocin. This is a chemical feedback loop that does not exist with wolves. even those raised by humans. Dogs have hijacked the chemical pathway that bonds parents to their babies. They are not just pets. Biologically, your brain thinks they are your family. But let's step away from biology for a second and talk about intelligence. We often assume dogs are not as smart as chimps or dolphins because they can't solve complex puzzles. But in one specific area, dogs are geniuses. They understand human intent better than any other animal. If you point at a hidden piece of food, a chimpanzee, our closest genetic relative, will look at your finger. They don't understand what you are doing. But a dog will look at where you are pointing. They understand that you are trying to communicate. They can read human gestures from the moment they are puppies without any training. This is a cognitive skill that even human children don't develop until they are toddlers. Dogs are born fluent in the language of human body language. And then there is the superpower you cannot see: the nose. We know dogs smell well, but we don't understand the scale. Let me put it this way. If you can taste a teaspoon of sugar in your coffee, a dog can taste a teaspoon of sugar in 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. But they don't just smell things, they smell time. Think about it. The air in front of you brings the scent of the present. The air from the direction of the wind brings the scent of something coming, the future. The ground holds the scent of who walked there, the past. When your dog is sniffing a tree for 5 minutes, they are reading the history of the neighborhood. They know who was there, how they felt, what they ate, and if they were sick. Yes, sick. The dog's nose is so sensitive, it can detect volatile organic compounds in the human body. There are dogs today who can smell cancer in a patient's breath before a doctor can diagnose it. They can smell a drop in blood sugar before a diabetic person feels dizzy. They can smell the spike in cortisol when you're about to have a panic attack. Before you even know you are stressed, your dog is already nudging your hand. They are monitoring your biological data stream in real time. So let's go back to the beginning. The agent in your living room, the spy on the rug. Is it a manipulation? In a way, yes. They evolved the muscles to charm us, the chemistry to bond with us, and the brain to understand us. But unlike any other parasite or spy in nature, this relationship isn't one-sided. In exchange for food and shelter, they gave us something we desperately needed: unconditional presence. In a modern world full of anxiety, screens, and isolation, the dog remains the only being that is always 100% in the present moment with you. They don't care about your job, your followers, or your mistakes. They care about you. Perhaps they didn't hack us to exploit us. Perhaps they hacked us to save us from our own loneliness. They are the bridge back to nature that we almost burned down. So the next time your dog looks at you with those big, sad eyes, know that you are being manipulated by a master of evolution. And know that it is the best thing that ever happened to our species. If this video changed the way you see your furry friend, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are diving deep into the hidden worlds of the animals around us every week, and you don't want to miss what we have discovered about cats in our next documentary. Seriously, wait until you hear about the physics of purring. Thanks for watching, and go give your dog a hug from us.